Joining us now to discuss is Robert Bruno, a professor of labor and employment relations at the University of Illinois. Good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you. It's nice to be with you.
So where is the law on this? From what I've read, it seems very gray when it comes to pandemics and technology.
Yeah. Well, gray's a good word, a good color for it. Under the current law, the teachers and CPS have to bargain over certain mandatory subjects, and only those subjects that they don't reach agreement on can the teachers legally strike on. And the subject of the place of instruction is argued by CPS is to be outside that bucket of issues, so that if the teachers chose not to return to school, they would be in violation of the law. And the teachers make the argument that health and safety is a mandatory subject of bargaining, and they haven't reached agreement on that. And until they do, then they can't be ordered back into the classroom. So we have a dispute over how to interpret the law.
And their teachers union not calling this a strike, but in efforts, if they're not in school, it kind of is. So is this something that could make its way through the courts to determine, I mean, because of pandemic, it's not something we've addressed recently.
Yeah, it certainly can. It could certainly go to the Education Labor Relations Board. It could get to the courts. You could have a prolonged legal battle. You're right, the teachers aren't calling this a strike because they're saying that they're willing to work. They can work remotely. They have been working remotely, so they're not refusing to work. So we've got 48 hours, we've got 2 days for the parties to bargain over a health and safety plan that can get people into school for the roughly 19% of students who will be there.
We also seem to be hearing two different stories about the health precautions from the two sides. Is that something that gets argued as part of this legal debate?
Well, it will certainly be a part of the debate, whether or not they have a thoroughly exhausted discussion around how to make schools safe. Have they actually taken all the steps they could take? Did they meet enough times? Did they talk honestly and debate those issues? Have they invested enough resources in safety? And actually, are they arguing over a metric? Have they actually had an opportunity to say this would be safe and this wouldn't? It's not clear to me that they've done that. And I think ultimately that would be helpful if they would get to the point where they can at least say, okay, this is safe, this is not safe. So
on Wednesday, if they do, two sides do not come to an agreement, does that mean it's a strike and what happens?
Yeah, so it's not clear that it is a strike. I mean, CPS will make the argument that it is because place of instruction is not, they would argue, is not something that CTU can demand a bargain on, and CTU would certainly make the argument that health and safety is the primary issue. So it isn't clear. A court will ultimately have to determine that, and so we really need to have the parties talking about some safety metric around which they can reach common ground. Otherwise, we do have this prolonged sort of legal haggle over whether something is or isn't a strike.
All right, Professor Bruno, we appreciate you joining us this morning. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for having me.